Now, from WYDC TV, this is Big Fox News at 10.
Good evening. I'm Scott Beadle with Big Fox News. The case of Thomas Clayton, who was convicted of conspiring with a former employee to have his wife killed, made its way to an appeals court today. Clayton was convicted in February of 2017 for second-degree murder, and the killing of Kelly Clayton was found beaten to death in her Caton home in 2015. A panel of judges from the Appellate Division of the State Supreme Court in Rochester heard arguments from Clayton's appeal attorney, Brian Schifrin, and Special Prosecutor Whedon Wetmore. Schifrin argued that the cell phone evidence used to convict Clayton was non-scientific.
And what happened here is not testimony with respect to cell tower locations, not now. What happened here was the use of a proprietary program by Mr. Ray to plot in finer detail the handoffs and locations of phones beyond cell tower locations. And he did so, in his own words, by using a unique call pattern, a cell tower pattern of an amoeba shape, which has no scientific basis.
It had not been some Beard would work up there, and if there was no Paul Davis work, according to Luke Tetro, Clayton would give Beard work to do because Beard needed the money. It is clear that throughout this, that any time there was extra work, Beard was going to get it from Thomas Clayton. And it happened at Paul Davis, even though he was fired for drinking and stealing. It happened at Servpro, where Beard was fired for drugs, drinking, and stealing. Clayton continued the relationship. That firing came 12 days before the homicide.
A decision on the appeal is expected by the end of the month. A bicyclist who was the victim of a hit and run yesterday has died. Elmira Heights police say 68-year-old Charles Rogers was riding his bike yesterday on Grand Central Avenue when he was hit by a car driven by 40-year-old Sarah Harness of Elmira Heights. Police say she drove off. A witness spotted Harness, followed her car, and eventually led police to her. Harness is currently charged with leaving the scene of an accident and driving without a license. The band Phish presents checks to some area organizations. The 7 nonprofits all assisted in flood recovery efforts in Schuyler County last summer. The same flooding left Watkins Glen without clean drinking water, forcing Phish to cancel their planned 3-day festival. The band wanted to help out in some way through their charity, the Water Wheel Foundation. So band members chose to donate the proceeds through their merchandise sales, over $104,000 in all, to Schuyler County nonprofits. They reached out to Community Foundation of Elmira Corning and the Greater Finger Lakes to find out who to direct their grant to.
You know, this is what partnerships are all about. You know, when you have a group like Phish that doesn't even live in this state, that comes in and has only performed here twice, 2 and a little bit because of the cancellation last year, the partnership means everything. And for Phish to do that for this community just goes to show you their character, that they care, even though they only visit here every couple of years. So I'm really proud, kind of emotional about it.
My favorite thing about this donation is that Phish realizes how important this area is. As someone who lives here, I know this is the best place in the world to live. And to know that Phish sees this place as so special and worthy of their philanthropy makes me really happy. I like thinking that people outside of this area also recognize that it's the best place to live. To think, it is less than a year since the flooding, and not only did they put together over $100,000 to donate, they've already reached out to us, we've already identified the organizations, and as of today, they actually have the checks in their hand. That's really quick for philanthropy, and that's exactly what they need. They need that money now because the flood is still impacting people.
And as a cherry on top, the band also gave the rest of those curveball t-shirts to the nonprofits. Spring has a lot of ups and downs, as we've seen just in the last day or so. Meteorologist Kim Walker lets us know what's next in your Big Fox forecast.
Now, your Twin Tiers forecast from Big Fox.
A big drop in our temperatures today. Yesterday our highs were in the 70s. Today only in the 40s. We did have a lot of cloud cover as well. So about 24 degrees difference in Elmira. But seasonal temperatures will return tomorrow as high pressure starts to move to the south, and we are going to see the possibility of rain returning by the end of the week. So here's a look at what you can expect. Tomorrow will be cloudy and warmer. It will be dreary and damp though for the rest of the week, and then we should start to dry out on Saturday and warmer conditions. Temperatures though will be cold tonight, dropping down into the 20s tomorrow. Highs will be back into the 50s, so about 10 degrees warmer than what we saw today. Rain chances return as we head toward the end of the week and also into the weekend. That's a look at your weather. Thanks for joining us. Have a good evening.